So today I finally decided to go through my Super Nintendo collection. This is what I've gotten through so far. Let's see here. This stack, just this one right here, this is just the box and the game are in here. This 2-stack right here is the box plus the manual. This 2-stack so far is only the box. And these ones right here are the complete in box. I put them in the protective little cases. And then the stuff on the table is what I've been pulling out from my shelf. As there's more stuff over here. And I'm just trying to get all my Super Nintendo stuff collected and logged because I ended up selling a loose copy of, where is it? Super Bomberman 2 today on eBay. And I grabbed my box thinking that this was complete, but this is just literally just the box. So I need to make sure I have everything organized and labeled correctly so I don't happen to have that issue again. So here is a complete RoboCop, and you can't, it's out of camera, but I have a bunch of these already pre-made, the protective cases, and I like putting them in this particular way. I don't know if it exactly matters, but user preference. So this is one more complete game because I'm gonna go through all of this whole process, and then over here these are some of the higher end titles that are just cart only. These are not logged. And I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of manuals. I don't know if you can see this over here, but example, hundreds and hundreds of manuals that I have not added to my collection. There's a bunch of duplicates and triplicates and stuff in there, but I need to go through this, make sure I have everything that is complete actually logged and noted. I already know these are all complete, so I put them in the box. So we're going through here. This is Brett Hall Hockey 95. The weight of this makes me feel like it is complete. So we'll go ahead and put that in this complete case. This is more or less going to be like a ASMR, like long format video. I guess I can do like my origin story. So I started eBay in 2020, in September of 2020, during COVID basically. I owned a moving business with my best friend at the time, and we at that time only did senior homes, and when COVID happened we weren't allowed to go in to the senior residence, and I had a bunch of money being $5,000 just sitting in my bank account, and I was bored in the house bored. And that's when I saw a hairy tornado video randomly that popped up in my YouTube algorithm, and I watched it, and I watched him, go to Goodwill, find something, sell it for more, make a profit. I thought that was super duper cool. And I figured, I have a car, I have legs, I can go to Goodwill, no problem. So I went to Goodwill, didn't find anything at first. I didn't really know what I was looking for. Kind of just sporadically running about, scanning everything, and I went back home. At that time I was living with my girlfriend, my now wife, Megan, I love you. And I didn't really find anything at first. This is box manual. And I watched a couple more videos, kind of like, figure out keywords, like, what am I looking for? What's like a good profit number? Yada yada. This is Bings. Okay. And I ended up watching a couple more videos of Hairy Tornado. Shout out to Josh if you guys ever watched this. Josh and Haley now. But he went to Goodwill, he went to, that time I think he did some retail arbitrage, which I had no idea what that was. And he went to Walmart, found something for, I don't know what it was exactly, $5, sold it for 30, made $10, $20. I was like, oh cool, like, okay, that I can for sure do. And sure as spit, I went to my local Walmart, and while my girlfriend was at work, I just sat there all day long with a ring scanner, which I have it right here. I rarely use this anymore, but this was the ring scanner I used all day long. This is an e-yo-yo brand, but basically you can put it on your finger and you can like bleep, bleep, bleep. You can scan it. Scan it meaning you scan barcodes and whatnot. And I sat there and scanned every single toy in the toy aisle. Found out, you know, what was profitable, what wasn't, and ended up spending all $5,000. This was also, thankfully, during Black Friday, so like a lot of stuff was like less than $5. But the biggest thing I didn't understand at the very beginning is sell-through rate and like understanding the profit value or the profit after final value fees and stuff using only eBay. Because if you sell something for $20 free shipping, you don't actually get $20. You get $20 minus whatever the buyer paid, if they paid taxes or whatever. So let's say, for the sake of math, they didn't have a tax date or sales tax date, so they paid $20 flat. Then you have the final value fees. Let's just say it's 15% for quick math. So that's $17 left over. Shipping, let's just say it's $5. So now you have $12 left of that $20. So that was your actually take-home number. And I didn't understand that at first. So I was like buying stuff for $10 and getting $20. And granted, yes, there's profit, but I don't want $2 profit at the time. I want home run after home run after home run being $10, $20, $30, $40 profits if I could get it. And the first ever big break I had is, I'll put up a picture right here. But this was at the start of COVID again, like I was saying. But these were snap squads. And for whatever reason, they were super popular. And I just happened to scan one of them. It was a Spinosaurus. I'll never forget it. I'm also wearing my Jurassic Park shirt as I talk about this. Kind of funny. But it was a Spinosaurus toy. And like at Freddy's, like my Kroger store, they retailed for $4.99. And I bought one. And I went home, listed it, took pictures on a piece of white paper, and put it up for sale for what I thought was the lowest on eBay at, I think it was like $40. And it sold in the first day, and I was just absolutely floored. And so I went to all of my local Fred Meyer, my Kroger's, my Walmart's, my Target's, and I tried to buy as many of these new Snap Squad figures as I could find. I ended up finding, I want to say of that particular toy, like 30 to 35 at most. And I was the only one at that time on eBay who had them because they were so like rare or uncommon or whatever you want to call it. I ended up selling every single one for about, on average, like probably $55 because I found out I was the only person who had them, so people were paying up the butt for them just in time for that year's Christmas of 2020. So that was one of my big huge breaks. And then the second one was also at the start of COVID. I got in early on that whole phase of Squishmallows when they were like trending on TikTok and Instagram, and when TikTok kind of became a thing. And it all started because my girlfriend's sister at the time is, oh, like, these are pretty cool. Like, she liked them a lot. And I was like, there's no way these are worth anything. But it was just so happens to be the very first one I scanned was this one. This is Avery the Mallard Duck. For whatever reason, some of these Squishmallows are like region locked, so like you can only get them in certain areas of the states. And we just happened to be the one that got the duck. That's what my understanding was. I don't know exactly if that's how it truly was, but anyways, at that time they retailed for $14.99. But I didn't want to risk too much money on buying something that I had no idea what it was, and so I bought it for $15, went home, took pictures of it, put it up for $75 plus shipping, sold in like an hour. I remember we were making dinner and I was like, I gotta go. And so I left. Immediately went back to Fred Meyer's and all other Squishmallows. They had like an entire, like a 20-foot aisle of Squishmallows, like triple shelves. Every single one were gone in like maybe a 2.5-3 hour time period from when I was just there. And so I knew that like no matter which ones you could find, these were just like so hot. And the next day I went to, like what I did with all the Snap Squad toys, all my local Fred Meyers, and at that time I had my moving truck. I had a 17-foot box truck, and I filled it, the entire thing, of Squish Ms from all these different Fred Meyers, and came home, listed everything, made thousands and thousands of dollars off my investment. And that was just like one of the really big like aha moments that, you know, were, it was just honestly like stupid easy money, because you could buy it. I guess it's kind of scalping too in a way, but hey, I was learning and I had so much fun doing it, and started with $5,000 and turned it into basically a full-time job now at this point, when I only sell video games, well, ideally only sell video games on eBay, and I'm working on getting ungated in Amazon, doing the whole FBA thing, and that's just a whole different beast for those that don't know. But yeah, my whole eBay story basically started off because of Harry Tornado, and I would not be here without that video, I don't think. So that was kind of cool, little memory lane. And if you want to go even further back to my origin story before eBay, where my name 11 Inc. comes from is the year I graduated high school, as you know, that dates me, but whatever. So I graduated in 2011, and 11 Inc. basically it's just the year I graduated incorporated. And at that time, I was making screen printing t-shirts for local like restaurants and baseball teams and stuff like that, having a lot of fun. And I did pretty good at that time. That was my first business I started, and I didn't quite understand, you know, profit margins, and trying not to like brag to my friends that I was making money, and just like being dumb teenager type stuff. And that lasted for, I think I did that for like 4 years. No, definitely 3. And the moving business started in 2016 in September, which officially closed its doors a year ago today, basically. And I have not looked back since. That's also me removing a sticker that whole time using Goo Gone. It's been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of learning. In the very beginning of me selling stuff on eBay and trying to be a reseller full time, you bet your butt that I lost money on certain things, and you bet, you know, I got burned by eBay, I got burned by buyers, I got burned by just bad investments. Okay, so I'm back. But yeah, it's a kind of a deep dive on basically who I am and what I did before this, I suppose. And this box seems weird. Oh, this box is super beat up actually. Typically these boxes are not like kind of like white paper on the inside, so that's kind of a immediate notice of skepticality, I suppose, you know, if that's a word. But this definitely seems like it's real because it has the NBA seal, but again, typically these are the more like gray cardboard box. So that's not the best complete in-box coffee I've ever seen. But I will add to my collection as complete, but I will make a note that the box is trashed.